Welcome, family. It's Friday, just after 12 o'clock here. Since so much has come into the light, and I am referring to previous special report with Kim, it's just more and more started to make sense for myself on my end. I already said that I was hoping that SourceGate will bring more solutions. And just after Friday's report, I started to search for all those solutions. And now, a week later, there are so many conclusions on my end. And yes, it's actually a backup information into the programming of your own bubble, which was my last video, because there is over 8 billion of bubbles walking on planet Earth, human beings and non-human beings. We need a simplicity. What I start to see last week after exploring, what I discover after exploring and focusing my inner attention precisely into what am I looking here for, it straight away before last weekend became obvious that what we are dealing here is nothing than our own negative frequency, our own, I'm referring to over 8 billions, looking from the perspective of collective, from the wholeness when it comes to planet Earth. So we have over 8 billions of bubbles here. It became obvious to me that there is this lower frequency coming of our own bubbles, and I speak for a collective at this stage, in this moment, because I was wondering how come they still can operate. I mean, not in a such scale that they can finish their plans, agendas, but in a way that we still have this distortion of lower frequency. Dear ones, what I saw I'll just get inside. What I saw was all of the 8 billions of bubbles and the moments in which we actually create those lower frequency that then are being gathered, but those who are aware how to do it and use to break down a crystallization of a timeline, 5D timeline, breaking crystallization of those high in vibration frequencies that we could hold it for longer than few days so we can crystallize it, keep it. We constantly have this disruption, interference of the lower frequencies. And this is where they are coming from. So what is the solution here? I already explained that as we and our frequencies were overridden, hijacked, I saw that a long time ago that we should do exactly the same, but I was mistaken, believing we need a program for it. And this is where the next information entered. Because since all the mechanisms from source were taken off, the overlay and later on bits and pieces, we started to have crystalline energy, clear. We're the ones when the energy hit us, before we anchor it into earth, we program it. This was the information, and it became as well, again, so obvious that before we anchor, we program it, yes, with our intention. And for some is enough to know. But there are those who keep into conditioning that is an old conditioning tied to an dark age, and they reprint moment to moment the same conditioning. No. To solve this problem, we need to understand that, first of all, at this stage, dear ones, we already have a crystalline, clear energy coming, being sent from source to us. We're the ones that we direct the energy to do all that is being contained within our own consciousness at this stage. Where are we at? What is the perception of our own selves and the reality we're in? It's being filtered first through your own consciousness, your own system of values and beliefs, and what you actually feel in this particular moment. And then you have moment to moment. We constantly only have a here and now. And your feelings power up different case scenarios. If during the day most of the moments were with lower frequency, then you have a guess what you have anchored during just the one day. And what's powerful is that you can change it straight away right now, once you know it. And then be in a situation where moment to moment you're being reminded by your own self, and always brought to that inner standing, my dog, inner standing of who you truly are and how powerful you are, and that you always have a choice where to put your attention. Now, we do have some sabotage, diversions going on with our own perception, visions, with that what we see from within. And this is not a self-sabotage. That is then projection of those who want to influence your choices moment to moment, moment to moment. I choose to feel love. I choose to feel gratitude. And once such projection get your attention. You're firing up this case scenario, okay? Because that is important to understand. And isn't it amazing that we're the ones that we can choose what we're gonna do with thought, feelings, emotion, and experience that we're in this now moment, here and now, or facing, or dealing with. We have not yet 100% of influence on that, what's going to happen to us. We don't have control, an absolute control over it yet, because we need to first figure out how to navigate in golden age. So we always have a choice what we're gonna do with the thought, emotions, feeling, experience we're coming across, we're facing. And this is where the power lays. You're the one choosing. So if you've been triggered and you follow the trigger, you need to understand that longer you stay without recognition, I've been caught, trap, anything, red light, you're just the dominating feeling, anger, hate, whatever, gets in potency, gets stronger. The vibration is becoming so potent. And this is a moment you need to recognize it so you can stop and choose differently. Take a few breaths in, out. Recognize the trigger. Don't get caught. There is nothing to work on when you face an energy that is heavy. That was a trap too. In this moment, understanding that energy is crystalline clear, we just give the energy charge. And we actually always did. There is no difference between manifestation before and now. There is no difference. We actually manifest the same by choosing our own thoughts, emotions, and feelings. This is exactly the same way I manifested for myself an illness, by choosing my thoughts, feelings, and emotions. So the discoveries within I got, and the simplicity of how the energy really works, how we do program the energy to serve us as a shield, to do exactly what is our intention, is the key to understand how we can manage all the low and vibration frequencies by taking an absolute responsibility for our own thoughts, feelings, emotions. That's all what it takes to become a conscious co-creator. To know how you really affect the reality around you, how you lighten up some case scenario. And all you have to do, just recognize and be honest, authentic with your own self, with yourself. How did my day go? What did I really think about? What I was exploring in my mind? Have I been complaining about any of the stuff? What did I do? Because obviously a lot of people seems to be not present because there is no recognition and this moment of stop to detach from a trigger and not to follow the frequency that was put upon you. It wasn't yours, first of all. So you have no control over what's going to happen to you. The only control you have, what you choose to do with that, what came to you as your own thoughts, feelings, emotions. And this is simply all that everyone needs to understand, apply in their life. To become aware that you're not just this human being, you're an infinite soul, infinite being, having another incarnation. And the attention of the collective will only go inside, within themselves, if enough of us, and I don't speak about percentages, they don't matter. If enough of us will understand the importance of taking responsibility for our own thoughts, feelings, emotions. Dear ones, I have an example. It doesn't take too long. And once there are and simple instructions shared, isn't it that what we are all doing? I read few posts and I saw people started to react straight away, doing what they could do on their end. And this is exactly what we are here for. But standing together in unity, like holding each other hand, even in all those moments, to withstand and not to be caught into a trigger, to be able to have this clarity to see what you are facing with, to see beyond the illusion. And I know I promised to speak more about how I exactly program the energy, and yes, I took some time to put it on so I won't miss anything. But without taking responsibility for our own bubble and our own frequency, dear ones, we'll be still here trying to figure out why it is possible they do this, they do that, why they haven't disappeared. And let me ask you a few questions, because I had put my own questions. So the importance of knowing, being in this here and now moment all the time. The awareness needs to be set all the time on here and now, so you can recognize if you've been caught into some trap. I mean, don't search for them. Like, you need to be aware what you feel simply, moment to moment, your feelings. Or whether it's hate, anger, fear, the strongest one, fear. It's all the same, lower frequency. Just recognize it, go back, get outside, put on some music, dance, recognize that this is not you, until it's not gonna be override by our higher frequency, we will be dealing with it, but we are the key to override it with our potency, moment to moment, stronger and stronger, emanating into the field of all that there is, our intentions programming. This is a key. And you know what's amazing? That with our multidimensional mind, which is only a tool, not a center of operation, you know that already, because you are living that. I'm not recording it for those who don't work with energy, for those who don't have an idea about a lot of things. I'm recording it to our community, which I am a part of. So, with our multidimensional mind, we can do so much in one moment while I am recording the video. I just showed you while speaking, this movement. I showed you because I wanted you to see that even if I don't do it, I still give off the energy. Part of my consciousness is assigned to manage that. And if there is something I come across and I haven't yet included in my intention, I simply add it. And I have that on automatic, like we have on automatic our shields. In the beginning, you'll be putting the shield every day. But there comes a day you don't have to do it. You're just like, and I have examples how quickly you can do it. I don't speak about myself, of course. So I have this beautiful ability for years. Since my child was small, I discovered that while putting him to bed, I'll be doing a lot of different things in my head and being consciously aware. What I do here, what I do here, what I sing here while I am holding my son and putting to sleep. And that child is the very that child has put my attention towards so many beautiful things since almost when he was able to put the words with his energy. More he grew up, more conversations, more connection on other levels, not only the verbal one. And doesn't matter what we do, we can manage a lot while cooking dinner, while cleaning, while singing. Believe me, it's all manageable, if I can use, if there is any word like that. It does not require you years of training. I saw it years ago, dear ones, that what I am doing in my life, it's just finding a very simple way that I can get to everyone. And yes, there was so much and still is I am not aware of, but I know and I feel that I know what I need to know right now, and that's enough for me. So it's like breath in and out. And you know how I see that within every beat of my heart, every single one, within every single one breath in and out, I program. I send the energy onto earth and into the field where it means meets others. But as well, I am with the breath in. I take this, and this is what has changed. Crystalline, clear energy, source energy. I program it and I release it. So it can go moment to moment, the wave of my own energy with my own imprint in it. It can go and meet other bubbles. I have put on. Okay, let's go back to these questions. Once we join together and many will have this understanding what we exactly do, we are able to build up the momentum where we support the earth to do this jump shift into 5D. So